I don't know what the real theory is of why police officers would arbitrarily ignore a group of white teens that are raising hell and go after the black teens. They are responding to what they hear from the community. So when I went to the 41st precinct in the South Bronx in June, and I heard people there say, there's hundreds of kids hanging out on the corner fighting. They're beating up on young girls. Why can't you do something about it? So if you're a police commander in that situation, what are you supposed to do? That's what they're hearing. They are not determining these tactics on a vacuum. They are listening to the community. If there was that level of disorder elsewhere, that's what the cops would be doing.
Let's take that point to Marq Claxton then. So Heather is saying, again, she's saying that the cops are going where the crime is. They're going where they're being called to solve problems. That the behaviors that require police action, which then will lead to interactions which may or may not be negative, are happening more often in communities of color than in white communities. Therefore, there's going to just be more stuff, for better or worse, in the colors of community. That's the driving thing here. What about that?
Well, first of all, I can tell you that Heather has really brought the NYPD line, hook, and sinker, boy. I tell you, we're responding to community complaints, et cetera. I think that, that sounds great.
I've seen them.
Well, I did it for 20-some years. So, and I can tell you, and it sounds great, and I understand why, because it just would seem logical that police action would be based on these actual complaints from the ministers and the community, et cetera. First off, if you've ever gone to these community meetings, there ain't a whole lot of people there. So you're not getting a lot of information. But
yeah, they're scared of the drug dealers.
Let me just say this. You will find crime where you look for it. If you look for it there, you will find it. And if you collect data based on the decision that you made, the subjective decision that you made to look for it there, not based on community concerns or some old lady said this or some person said that. It's not about that at all, but where you decided to consciously look for it and execute this new enforcement action, you're going to find crime there.
So